market operations so far, right? So today we will be discussing about market power. So what do you mean by market power? We always say that power system restructuring has resulted in developing a market where everybody can buy or sell the electricity, isn't it? And we have been saying with the very first statement that restructuring improves competition, isn't it? That was our first statement, which we have been discussing right from the first class. Why restructuring? To improve competition, isn't it? To improve healthy competition among all the participants. Everybody should buy power. Everybody should sell the power in a more competitive way, isn't it? That's what we have been discussing. But as you know, guys, everything in this world is not going to be ideal, right? Even though we say so many things, nothing in this world is ideal. It will be having its own loopholes. In the same way, the power system restructuring also has its own loopholes. And we will be discussing about those loopholes which do happen in restructured power markets. So in the last class, we have been discussing about markets, right? Market is a place where everybody can buy or sell electricity. And what is the procedure, guys, for determining the clearing price? Bids will be collected, and then the bids will be accumulated. The supply and demand will be accumulated. The third one is curves will be drawn, and the intersection of these curves will give you market clearing price. That is a procedure, isn't it? Now, we have been saying that MCP is determined in the power exchange by the operator, isn't it? So everybody submits their bids. The operator itself, he will accumulate all these things and he will draw the curves, and intersection will give the market clearing price. That is what an ideal case will be. So a seller and buyer don't know what will be the MCP. So MCP will be displayed directly and everybody is supposed to sell or buy at that market clearing price. This is an ideal case. But my dear friends, there are loopholes in the markets, and it is called as exercising market power. Exercising market power. So today's class is exclusively dedicated to how market power is exercised by some unwanted participants, some unduly participants, who will try to find out the loopholes and start exercising some unwanted things in the markets. So now we will discuss about these things. So this objective, this lecture objective is very simple: to understand market power and how it is exercised in markets. And if somebody exercises it, what will be the impact of that market power on the MCP, and in how many ways one can exercise power. And there is an index whether this market has market power or not, and that index is generally HHI, Herfindahl-Hirschman index, HHI, which is generally used in European commodity markets. The same will be applied even for electricity markets also. And finally, we will discuss a small thing about stranded costs. But today we will be exclusively concentrating on the first two topics: market power. What is market power? How it is exercised? And what is the impact of market power? So today we will be concentrating only on these things. So now, these are the contents which I'll be discussing. So before going for anything, let's have a quick introduction regarding market power. So, as already been said, we should encourage competition, but market power is an anti-competitive practice. This is the biggest problem in today's markets. Biggest problem in today's markets. And primarily, you do know that there are three different areas in power systems: generation, transmission, and distribution. And this market power is predominantly being exercised in the generation sector. In distribution sector, we don't find this market power because distribution sector is mostly based upon customers. So these generation people, they are setting this price very high, and how they are involving in this anti-competitive practice, that we will discuss today. Okay. So what do you mean by market power? How can we come to know that the market, somebody is exercising market power? So market power is nothing but influencing the markets in many ways. Few of the ways are, let us suppose you can influence the power, or you can influence the availability, or you can influence the transmission sector if it is in your hands. Now today's class, I hope at least few of you are listening to these sessions, right? Now let's see, you might have understood market, right? That buyers will come and sellers will come. Sellers will sell the electricity power to the buyers, right? Assume that this is a simple commodity market. Now what is the opportunity? Normal commodity market, we will just take it just like a normal commodity market. మార్కెట్కి వెళ్ళాను ఈరోజు సడన్గా రేట్స్ ఎక్కువ అనిపిస్తాయి నాకు ఏదైనా కొందామంటే, what can be the what can be the options for me? Sorry, what are the chances of this high cost? Can anybody say? Why are the prices so high? The production is normal outside. Suddenly onions rate baga perigipayinayi. Sunday has come, suddenly onion rates baga perigipayinayi. What can be the cause for that? We'll first of all identify the causes for a sudden increase in power. Okay. So we'll first of all take this pricing of power. Price has increased. Now we will take a simple commodity, onions. So what can be the chances of increasing the power? మీరే చెప్పండి, మార్కెట్లో సడన్గా ఆనియన్స్ ప్రైస్ పెరిగినాయంటే ఏమై ఉండొచ్చు బేసికల్గా?
Shortage of onions.
Can you type in the chat box, any one of you, those who are listening the class? Very good. Harshini has replied. What can be the charge? Shortage. Very good. Shortage. And next, Samita has replied. Increase in demand. Yes, very good. Third one is high requirement, which can be increase in demand. Okay. Now we will streamline this thing. Better demand aim ledu. Okay. Demand ante undi. Sunday market morning first nene ellina. Sunday market morning first nene ellina, but onions prices are high. What can be the options? So increase in demand ane concept teesedam. First thing is shortage. So practical ga maybe onions ane takku pandicharu kavachu because of some weather reasons, or maybe because of some reasons. Shortage enduku create ayindi? One is atmospheric conditions, isn't it? Inka class first of it. So what can be the options? Harshini has replied shortage. Come on. Sai, ఏమైండొచ్చు? ఆనియన్స్ ఒక్కసారిగా రేట్లు పెరిగినాయండి. Or Samita, other than increase in demand, any other options? High requirement already said. Sai, ఇంకేదైనా ఆన్సర్ పెట్టావా? All sellers may fix it some rate. Yes, this is one thing. All sellers, they may have formed a lobby and they may have fixed some rate. Very good. This is one important point. all sellers, they may have formed into a lobby and they are increasing the prices. Very good. Any other options? What Sai said is called as exercising market power. All sellers may have fixed some rates. Normally in a competitive market, what everybody must do, ideally, everybody must come there, everybody must sell there, everybody must buy there, isn't it? So if the supply is high, then automatically the prices go down. And if the demand is high, the prices will go up. This is a simple equation of economics which applies for every commodity, even for electricity also. But if some sellers, if they form into a group and they fix some rate, which is called as lobby, or what in technical terms we call it as exercising market power. So who is exercising market power? Some of the people who are selling the item, they are creating artificial shortage and they are trying to increase the price of the commodity. And this is called as exercising market power. And most of the times, who exercises market power? The sellers only, they will exercise market power, isn't it? Most of the time, the sellers exercise market power. Why do they exercise market power? To increase the price of commodity. And how will they exercise market power? This is one thing. They form into a lobby and they create shortage. Very good. Sai and Harshini, very good, beta. So this is about exercising power to increase the price. Second thing is availability of power. It is also the same. By creating some artificial shortage, they will show that there is low power available in the markets. And last one is availability of transmission sector. This is also one thing. Now this, I will give an example for you. Let us suppose if a Genco is there and if he owns transmission sector. Okay. So as already been said, independent system operator will be there who will handle all the transmission sector. But what happens is, assuming that the Genco itself has its own transmission sector, normally the transmission sector should be controlled by ISO. But here what it is doing, Genco is not allowing full rights, full access to the transmission sector for the ISO. It says that I have my own personal work, I have my own transmission settings, so I'll be handling my own power. So this is what the concept is. The Genco, because of some or other reasons, they are not ready to give full access to the transmission sector, because transmission sector must be independent. That's what we have been proposing all the days. But Genco people, let us suppose if they are not pleased with this process, so they will be saying that no, I won't be giving transmission sector for today. If it happens, say everybody is going to suffer. So this is one way of exercising market power, isn't it? So market power can be exercised either to increase the power or to control the availability of power or to control the availability of transmission sector. Okay, in any of these ways, if the market is being influenced, it is called as exercising market power. Now let's have a quick look about definition of market power, which was developed by FERC. Market power may be defined as, see, market power is defined as owning the ability by a seller or a group of sellers to drive the price over a competitive level, or control the total outputs, or exclude competitors from a relevant markets over a significant period of time. So for a short period of time, if somebody drives the price over the competitive level, or somebody controls the total output, or somebody excludes competitors from a relevant markets, this is called as market power, and it will be done by a single seller or a group of sellers, isn't it? So now, what are the negative impacts of market power? So if market power is being exercised, so what is the result of that? Come on guys, anybody? first immediate thing, what will happen? The prices will go up, isn't it? So the buyer has to pay more amount of price. That is the first negative impact of the market power, isn't it? So we will see the first thing, higher pricing of electricity. మన జేబులో ఉండే పైసలన్నీ ఎవడికి పోతాయి? సెల్లర్కి పోవడం మొదలైంది. All the wealth from the buyers will be transferred to the sellers within no time, isn't it? This is the biggest problem with the market power. And see the next impact. If this is the case, I will give an example. Can anybody give me an example of this limited choice to customer if there is a high market power? Market power ఎవరైనా ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయటం మొదలు పెడితే automatically what happens is limited choices to the customers. Can anybody give a simple example?
If one want to buy more amount of product, he will go with less amount. Like if a person want to buy 500 grams of tomato, then he'll go for 250 grams. Like
Yes, so limited choice to the customers. That is one thing, right? So we will be able to buy only limited things. And on the other hand, to speak out very freely, now we will take a quick example of our telecommunication sector. You know, maybe by the time you were in your schooling or somewhere else, how many telecommunication companies were there in India? There were nearly 9 telecommunication companies were there in our country, isn't it? So 9 telecommunication companies were there in our country, but unfortunately, how many telecommunication companies are there now? How many telecommunication companies are there now? One is BSNL, which is government one. The other one is a Jio. Third one is Airtel, and is there any other company? I hardly remember any other company. Vodafone Idea is there, I think, right? VI. Only 4 companies is there. 4 companies are there. Why? I'm not saying that somebody has exercised market power, but Jio, Airtel, they are not exercising market power, but what they are doing is they are reducing, because they do have very huge pockets in their, they do have very big pockets. So what they are doing, they are slashing the prices, which is not convenient for small scale people who can, let us suppose, you might have heard about this Aircel. Aircel అనేది విన్నారా? టాటా డొకోమో, ఎయిర్సెల్, గుర్తున్నాయి ఇవన్నీ పేర్లు?
సార్
రైట్, ఇవన్నీ ఉండే ఇంతకు ముందు బేసికల్గా. బట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ జియో అండ్ ఎయిర్టెల్, బికాస్ దే డూ హ్యావ్ హ్యూజ్ పాకెట్స్, దే వాంటెడ్ టు ఎలిమినేట్ ది స్మాల్ ప్లేయర్స్. సో ఇమీడియట్లీ వాట్ దే డిడ్, దే స్లాష్డ్ ద ప్రైసెస్ సచ్ దట్ వాళ్ళకి లాసెస్ వచ్చిన ఒక 2 years వరకు వాళ్ళ దగ్గర పాకెట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దే క్యాన్ రికవర్. సో ప్రైసెస్ తగ్గించేసరికి ఎవ్రీబడి స్టార్టెడ్ మూవింగ్ టు దెమ్. సో ఎయిర్సెల్, టాటా డొకోమో, రిలయన్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఏమైనాయి, దే కాంట్ కంట్రోల్ దేర్ కాస్ట్స్, బికాజ్ అంత తక్కువ ప్రైసెస్కి వీడు ఆఫర్ చేయలేడు. పోనీ వీడు లాస్లో నడుద్దామంటే వీడి దగ్గర అంత పైసలు కూడా లేవు. సో ఇమీడియట్లీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్, దే స్టార్టెడ్ మూవింగ్ అవుట్. Even Vodafone Idea is also the same thing now. They do have nearly 65,000 crores of losses. The losses are churning everyday markets of them. So what is happening? They are forced to leave the markets. So what you are doing, you are unruly, you are emptying the customers, you are unruly emptying the competitors in the markets. I am not saying that these people are saying market power, because this is a recorded video. I am not against any company, but the fact is that if there is no healthy competition, what will happen? The participants, they will move out. So at the end of the day, what is happening? My customers, the customers, let us suppose I am a customer. Earlier I used to choose between 8 people. గుర్తుందారా? ఈవెన్ యు ఆర్ ఆల్సో ఏ కామన్ మ్యాన్, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు నాకు లెట్ సపోజ్ ఎయిర్టెల్ వాడు ఆఫర్ ఇవ్వట్లేదంటే, ఒకప్పుడు మీరు కూడా చిన్నకున్నప్పుడు చూస్తూ ఉంటారు, మీరు కూడా ఫస్ట్ మొబైల్ వాడినప్పుడు ఎయిర్టెల్ వాడు ఆఫర్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు అనుకుంటే ఇమీడియట్గా వాడికి ఒక మెసేజ్ పెడతాను, పోర్ట్ అని. ఐడియా ఉందా? పోర్ట్ అని ఒక మెసేజ్ పెట్టేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా నెక్స్ట్ వేరే వాడి దానికి షిఫ్ట్ అయిపోతాం. సో ఇమీడియట్గా వాడు కాల్ చేసేవాడు, సార్ మీకు 1 month ఫ్రీ ఇస్తాను, ఇంకో 2 months ఫ్రీ ఇస్తాను. ఇప్పుడు వాడని ఇస్తున్నాడు అసలు? ఇప్పుడు పోర్ట్ అని కొడితే బాయ్ బాయ్ అంటున్నారు, బికాస్ దే నో దట్ వీ కాంట్ గో ఎనీవేర్, బికాస్ వీ డూ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ లిమిటెడ్ చాయిస్. అయితే ఎయిర్టెల్ లేకపోతే Jio, BSNL is not offering very good services in our area particularly. So we are forced to have only two choices now. This is the problem with market powers. The people who have very big pockets on the selling side, they will do this sort of instances. So what is happening because of this? So healthy participants, they will move out of the competition, and the customers, they will be having very minimum choices. Okay. Plus, at the same time, higher pricing of electricity. Okay, you can complain that right now the data prices are very low. Let us suppose if Airtel and Vodafone Idea also, they will go off, and if only one person will remain, Jio or some XYZ, it will become a monopoly. So what will happen immediately? The prices, he may increase. He may increase. I won't guarantee that he will increase, but there is a chance of increasing the thing. అందరు వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత వాడు ఏం చెప్తే అదే రాజ్యమే. వాడు 1 GBకి 250 రూపీస్ అన్నా మనం కొనాల్సిందే. Isn't it? So what will happen? The prices will go high, and the customers will be having very less number of choices. That is a problem with the market power. And reduced competition in the power production. In electricity, what we can say, the telecommunication sector lo cheppanu kada. So reduced competition will happen, which will result in limited choice to the customers. And finally, if there is only single monopoly, which is what we are not wanting, ఇప్పుడు మనం రీస్ట్రక్చరింగ్ పోతుందే మల్టిపుల్ కాంపిటీషన్స్ వస్తాయి. మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది, మార్కెట్ పవర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయితే మళ్ళీ సేమ్ లిమిటెడ్ పీపుల్ అవుతారు. మళ్ళీ సేమ్ ఏమవుతుంది, మళ్ళీ మోనోపోలీకి వస్తుంది. మళ్ళీ again the quality of the service will be drawing down. This will happen if market power is exercised. And lastly, if the quality of service goes down, if there is a single monopoly, will be having, can we have any innovations in technology? No. The innovations in technology will come down. And finally, the resources will be misallocated. Isn't it? And finally, and last thing which I have not mentioned there, the total number of jobs will come down. That's what will happen. So that's why we must, the market itself must take care that nobody exercises any market power in the power exchange. It's not only in the electricity market, anywhere. There must be a competitive structure such that no participant can do any unruly, or no participant can get any unruly advantage over other players. Okay. So now let's see. I hope now you have understood what are the negative impacts of market power and what do you mean by market power. Market power is nothing but because of some or other things you are pushing up the price of electricity, or controlling the availability of electricity, or controlling the availability of transmission sector. So any sort of things can be treated as exercising market power. And what are the negative impacts of that? Prices will go high, customers will have less choices, participants number will be decreasing, quality of supply will decrease, and finally misallocation of resources will happen. So these are the negative impacts. And now moving ahead, now we will have a quick glance about where market power can be exercised in the generation sector, in electricity generation sector. So let's see. There are two options. One is intentionally some people will exercise market power in generation sector, or accidentally it may happen. So let us see intentionally. First of all, let us suppose if any person is having an excessive amount of generation in the relevant markets. That is one option of exercising market power. So excessive amount of generation in the relevant market node, what basically ఏం చేస్తాడు? What he will do? He will first of all reduce the price. So if he reduces the price, what will happen? Only his power will be sold. Others, they will be going off. So and after doing that one, what he will do? Immediately he will start increasing the prices when it becomes a monopoly. So that is the first instant where if there is a single large person, then this is going to happen. Immediately he will start eliminating all the other people. So that is one possible instance of exercising market power. Intentionally he is doing. And second thing is increasing the market prices for energy and capacity to their own benefits. Let us suppose there are no hourly meetings. There are no hour ahead markets. So what they will do, they will form together and they will increase the market prices. So this is what will happen. These two are the intentional cases and accidental cases. Sometimes what happens is because of some power outages and because of the seasonal things, etc., there may be some sort of transmission concerns. Suddenly a transmission line, baga cyclone vachi, storm vachi, wood padipindi anukunna. So automatically what happens, transmission constraints do evolve. So transmission constraints వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏమైతదిరా, generation దగ్గర problem వస్తుంది. Because ఎందుకంటే power is, when it is generated, it is to be transmitted to something else. If there is no transmission, then what happens? So transfer capability will be reduced. So that is one instance. And see, this very rarely happens. What happens is sometimes allocation will be done such that కొన్ని యూనిట్స్ ఉంటారు తక్కువ కాస్ట్కే జనరేట్ చేస్తారు. బట్ అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ ఇస్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ యాన్సిలరీ సర్వీసెస్ ఆర్ మెయింటైనింగ్ రిలయబిలిటీ. నేను మీకు మొన్న చెప్పాను కదా, యాన్సిలరీ సర్వీసెస్ బేసికల్గా నేను 100 మెగావాట్స్ నేను ప్రామిస్ చేశానంటే 100 మెగావాట్స్ని ఇక్కడ జనరేట్ చేస్తే వాడికి డెలివరీ చేసేసరికి 100 రాదు, 80 వస్తుంది. సో 20 మెగావాట్స్ షార్టేజ్ వచ్చింది. ఆ 20 మెగావాట్స్ ఏం చేయాలి? I must ask some other person to generate this additional 20 megawatts so that system will be managed, system will be stabilized. So ఈ 20 megawatts నేను ఇంకోటికి చెప్తాను కదా, వాడికి కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ జనరేషన్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది కావచ్చు. ముందే చెప్పింటే 100 megawatts వాడి ఇంకో 20 megawatts జనరేట్ చేసేవాడు కదా. సో suddenly these sort of ancillary services do come into picture where you are forced to ask some person who generates at a higher price. So accidentally these sort of things do happen if you are supposed to maintain stability. So these are the possible instances of exercising market power in the generation sector. And let's see in the transmission sector. In transmission sector, if you carefully see, some people, they will restrict some units to provide power. They will restrict some units to provide power, while dominant providers can drive prices up. This is what I told. Dominant providers can drive the prices up by determining which units to run and which units to keep back from the market. This is the important problem which is happening even now in the market. A person, let us suppose market lo, seller lo 100 megawatts market అనుకుందాం, 90 megawatts ఒక్కడి దగ్గరే ఉన్నది, మిగిలిన వాళ్ళందరి దగ్గర అన్ని 1 megawatt ఉందనుకో. So what will happen? He will become the dominant provider, isn't it? So this dominant provider, he will drive the prices up by determining which units to run and which units to keep back from the market. This happens in the transmission sector also. Let us suppose if transmission provider, there is one transmission provider who owns 90% of the network. So he will decide. సో నేను వీటి దగ్గర నుంచి అయితేనే ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తాను, వీటి దగ్గర నుంచి అయితేనే ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తాను. వాడు చెప్పింది వినాలి, ఎందుకంటే 90% ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ నెట్వర్క్ వాడి దగ్గర ఉంది. సార్ మరి మీరు మొన్నటి దాకేమో ఐసో దగ్గర ఉంటుందండి. ఐసో దగ్గర ఉంటుందిరా, వాడు ఎంతసేపు అయినా ఏం చేయగలడు, ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ఇవ్వగలడు అంతే. ఐడియల్ కేసులో ఐసో వాడు చెప్పినట్టే వినాలి. బట్ ఇఫ్ లెట్ us suppose if the transmission sector people, transmission provider, if he doesn't listen, what can he do? He can't do anything, right? So transmission providers sometimes they may exercise market power. They want to create some unruly advantage to some people in the generation area. So this is one such sort of exercising market power. And these possibilities which I have explained now are different scenarios of how market power is exercised. Now you may ask me a question, sir, is really market power exercised? As of now, in electricity sector, market power is not being exercised in our country or in Europe or in US. There are very little chances. But if anybody wants to exercise, then they can exercise. But nowadays, very strict rules are there. So nobody tries to entertain market power or exercise market power, basically. But we don't know what happens in the future. So what is our final conclusion for this one? Market power can be exercised in different instances. But if market power is exercised, it will have a very huge impact, negative impacts on the customers and also on the participants in the markets. So that is our conclusion for this market power exercise. And before, okay, providing transmission information to affiliated generation companies. This I will tell you when I move on to the next things. Now, market powers are classified into two types. Theoretically, they are classified into two types. One is vertical market power, the other one is horizontal market power. Vertical market power, the other one is horizontal market power. Now you may doubt, sir, what do you mean by vertical market power and what do you mean by horizontal market power? Now let's see. Vertical market power. Vertical market power ante chudandi. Exercise of power by a single firm or an affiliate owner. Now, let us suppose if there is a company, generation company, okay, and he holds two or more areas, among which one area can be a crucial one in power delivery. This I will, yes. Now let us suppose this is generation area, this is transmission area, and this is DISCOM. This is generation, this is transmission, and this is DISCOM. Okay. Now in generation areas, there is one government agency, which I am representing like this, which is TS Genco, and there are some other private players also, small private players. These are private players. And transmission sector, let us suppose in Telangana, it is government only. We'll discuss only about Telangana. I am just taking an example of Telangana. And here in DISCOM also there are, let us suppose there are two players who are also these government players. Ideally, what the transmission sector must be done? The transmission sector basically, it must give access to these guys and also these guys, isn't it? So access must be given to these guys, and these guys in a very fair manner, isn't it? So anybody can buy, anybody can sell electricity to anyone. This must be an ideal case. But what happens here, see, this guy, generation company, whoever is here, so this guy who is a generation company here, now he may take unruly advantage because he owns this transmission sector also. This is also government one, right? So he may take unruly advantage that he will allocate maximum transmission sector to only this guy and provides very minimum to these guys. So where do they can complain? They are supposed to complain to the government, and the government itself owns all these things. This type of exercising market power, where one person is having control over two areas or more than two areas. This type of power is called as market power, vertical market power. I hope you have understood what I am saying. One player holding power in more than two areas, in more areas, thereby getting unruly advantage when compared to the other participants. It is called as vertical market power. Okay. So this is one instance of one type of exercising market power, which is called as vertical market power. The next one is bottleneck facility in the system. This is what I have been saying. See, holding two or more areas lo, if he gains control over the bottleneck facility of the system, bottleneck facility ante transmission sector. Dani correct ga vattukunnamante automatic em ayipothadi, everybody will be listening our word, right? So the crucial area can be bottleneck facility in the system. So in electricity system, what is a bottleneck? Transmission sector is a bottleneck of the system. Okay. So as in above example, with the transmission line in control, one can give preference to himself. One can give preference to himself or his associate firms, isn't it? So this type of thing is called as vertical market power. Okay. Now we will see what do you mean by horizontal market power. And before going for this horizontal market power, see, in US and Asia, most of the markets are vertical markets because most of the companies are still being controlled by the government. In USA, at least private governments are there, private sectors are there. But in India, if you carefully see, most of the transmission sectors and government generation sectors also, distribution companies also, they are all government owned. Even in our Telangana, you can see most of the sectors are being controlled by the government itself. So all these are vertical markets, and they expose and they experience vertical market powers most of the times. On paper, they say that non-discriminatory access to everyone, but literally what is happening is vertical market power is being exercised. And next is, see what are the key points now. It can be done by a single entity or a group of entities controlling multiple areas of power. So ability of firm to abuse its control of transmission and distribution facilities by not providing access to all providers. This is what I have shown you. And see, competitive participants. So other private players, నువ్వే అందరు private players ని రమ్మని చెప్పావు, అందరిని జనరేషన్ పెట్టుకోమని చెప్పావు. But now what you are doing, you are not giving them any access to the transmission sector. You are giving access. When you are giving access, after fulfilling your own requirements, then you are giving transmission access to others. Then what is the meaning of inviting so many bids from the generation players, private players? So competitive participants may not get access to all the facilities. That is a problem with this one. So now how to overcome this vertical market power? Can anybody suggest how to overcome this vertical market power? Who can control this market power better? Vertical market power నిజంగా ఇట్లా ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ సెక్టర్ ని వాడు జనరేషన్ వాడే కంట్రోల్ చేసేటట్టుంటే వర్టికల్ మార్కెట్ పవర్ అంటాం. సో దీన్ని ఓవర్కమ్ చేయడానికి కోసం ఏం చేయాలి? ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ సెక్టర్ ని ఇండిపెండెంట్ చేయాలి. అవునా? దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ వీ హావ్ బీన్ సేయింగ్ ఆల్ ద టైమ్స్. సో ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎనీ పర్ఫెక్ట్ independent system operator, and if you tie him very good rules and you strictly maintain the transmission sector will be under the control of independent system operator, and this independent system operator does not own any generation or distribution companies. Very clearly, he must not own any companies. He is just an operator who completely controls transmission sector. If that is the case, vertical market power can be stopped. Okay, so how it can be overcome? Fully functioning ISO with well planning to control the transmission and associated facilities. This is the only possibility how you can overcome vertical market power. Okay, next is horizontal market power. Horizontal market power lo emaitundante na మనం ఇంతకుముందు చూసాం కదా, horizontal market power lo see what they are doing. ఇక్కడ control production to restrict outputs and thereby raise prices. Now I'll show you. Generator 1 is there, generator 2 is there, generator 3 is there. So వీళ్ళందరూ క్లబ్ అయిపోయి ఏం చేశారు అంటే ప్రొడక్షన్ కాస్ట్ పెంచేశారు. They are saying that the production cost, Sai has said and Harshini has said, they are creating artificial shortage. Literally speaking, there is a transmission sector and this is a distribution sector. These people, they have tied up, they have formed a local group and they are saying that there is a shortage of electricity and that's why the price, commonly they are quoting at a very high price. This type of thing is called as horizontal market power. Horizontal market power stays in only one area. They are not controlling the transmission sector. What they are doing is they are forming a group in their own area and they are controlling the production. They are restricting the output. Why they are restricting output? They want to raise the power. So in this thing, now if you carefully see, it arises from a firm's local control or ownership concentration of a single process. See, that's what I have been saying. Ownership concentration of a single process. only single process it is there. Okay, and next. Yeah, if such concentration is sufficient, now the firm can influence the supply demand equilibrium and hence prices simply by withholding production. See what they are doing? They are withholding the production. If this is the case, now you say me, can ISO do anything? You say me yes or no, those who are listening. ISO చేతిలో ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా? What ISO can do? ISO can control the transmission sector, isn't it? Can he ask these generating people? Generating people will not listen. Because what they will instruct, we are giving bids and we are quoting the prices. If you want to sell, if you want to make the deal, then you can make the deal. So in this case, ISO cannot do anything. Horizontal market power is difficult, very difficult to overcome. Vertical market power means it can be overcome by a full-fledged ISO. But horizontal market power, it is going to be very difficult to overcome. So that's why I have written. This type of market power cannot be resolved by the ISO. Okay, so that's it for today. I think you have got enough information how market power is executed and what are the different types of market power. If somebody holds power in two or more areas, it is called as vertical market power. If somebody holds power in one area and starts controlling the output, it is called as horizontal market power. This is horizontal market power. This is vertical market power, VMP. ISO can control vertical market power, but ISO cannot control horizontal market power. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we will identify whether a market is really competitive or not. There are few indices which are followed by European markets, commodity markets. Let's see, we can identify these, we can apply these things to electricity markets or not. Okay, just I want to give a glimpse about how to know whether a market is competitive or not. రేపొద్దున మీరు కూడా ఏదైనా ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టార్ట్ చేసుకున్నారనుకున్నారా, చాలా మంది ఏం చెప్తారంటే మనకు కూడా ఎంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్‌షిప్ అయితే అవ్వండి, ఆ ఏరియాలో అవ్వండి, ఈ ఏరియాలో అవ్వండి, అదండి ఇదండి అని చెప్తారు, అవునా? సో ఎవ్రీబడి స్టార్ట్ సేయింగ్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, బట్ రియల్లీ ద మార్కెట్ ఈజ్ వెదర్ కాంపిటేటివ్ ఆర్ నాట్, బికాస్